Welcome, another day, another shiny, beautiful, wondrous day. What does today have going on for it? Let me share some clues. This is a clue, they are a clue, and that's a clue, huh? Is that enough for you to know what's going on? Boy, it is bright and sunshiny. I'm gonna get in a spot where you can probably see me. You guys, today is a day that reminds me how quick time flies. You have it in your lives. You have these annual milestones, right? Where you're like, how can it already be Christmas again? Or how can it be my birthday? Those are the ones that everybody's used to. But this particular event that's going down today is shipping time, fever, season, day, moment. I thought I knew what I wanted to say and then vanished. Today is the day that we're shipping our calves to town. Now, if you've been following along for a long time, you'll remember last year, we shipped our calves so early in the year because, here comes somebody, we shipped them so early because of the drought. Things were so dry and so nasty and so gnarly that I think it was the end of August. Normally we sell our calves at the end of November, but it was so dry there was no way we were gonna be able to feed those cattle and get them clear into November. This year, we're kind of splitting the difference. We're kind of halfway between August and November, and that's where we find ourselves shipping our calves. So that's the plan today. We're gonna go out. I'll just kind of walk you through what we got to do a little bit. So as we're going along, you'll be like, oh yeah, here's this. So we got to get the crew together. Our crew is very ragtag, as you may know. We got little kids, we got middle-aged kids, we got old man Rooster, we got Woo. I've got some siblings in town, my sister's in town from Arizona. We're gonna have all kinds of people just all over the place today. So we gotta go out, we need to round up the cattle. We kind of got them halfway rounded up already, but we gotta finish the roundup, get them the rest of the way into the corrals. We gotta separate the mama cows away from the steer calves, away from the heifer calves, away from the heifer calves that we're gonna keep to become mama cows on our ranch forever, okay? So that's what we're gonna be doing. So as you're watching, you'll see all these different things going on. After we get them sorted, we gotta load them up in a big old Billy bull rack here. The old Kansas Special. You remember I picked it up in, it was actually picked it up in Grand Island, Nebraska. The only trailer in the world that had any value. And she seems to be holding together pretty well. So we're gonna have 2 loads of calves rather, that we need to haul to town. So after they're all sorted and separated, we'll haul the steers into town, then I'll come back, we'll haul the heifers into town, and then we'll take the mama cows, we'll turn them back out to pasture, where they will be very much relieved. Some people look at this as a sad moment, like this is so sad for these cows. You're gonna hear a lot of mooing, a lot of bellowing, blah, blah, stuff like that. But here's what you gotta think of it. Everyone thinks it's sad, they're like, oh, these poor cows. You imagine having a 700-pound child trying to nurse on you while you're trying to graze grass. I think this, I even used to think like, oh, this is such sad, these poor babies are going out on their own. And it's a little sad when your kids leave the house, right? But this, think of it more like, this is a relief. These cows finally got their 19-year-old kids out of the house. They're finally going on to their next adventure in life, okay? And that's what we're doing. These calves, they'll go to the auction. We sell our cattle at live through the ring at a live auction. We've done that for forever. Rooster's done that for his entire life, really. So they'll go there tomorrow. Cattle buyers will come to town. They'll look at the cattle as they come through the ring. They'll bid on them, buy them, and then from there they'll go on to feedlots out in the Midwest, where they'll spend the next year or so. So it's a good time. It's a big relief for us. You've followed along. You've watched and seen all the stuff that we do. Remember calving last winter? So cold. You could hear the snow crunching under our feet and just nasty cold. Old Rooster caved up, remember, in his little hut. You go through all of that. You get those calves through those moments, and then remember we had to brand and vaccinate them early on in the year. We had to bring them back in here, a month or 6 weeks ago, and we had to precondition those calves so that when they leave home, which is today, they are, they'll have a more robust immune system that'll be able to handle some of the bugs and things that they might encounter in the next couple of weeks. It's just such a huge day, and it all boils down to this one moment. See, most people in their lives and their businesses, they get regular income. you get a paycheck every 2 weeks. You have accounts in your business that pay you every 30 days. You render a service, and in 30 days you get paid for that. I deal with that a lot with trucking, but this is a little different. Ranchers, farmers, those people involved in the growing side of agriculture, they typically get one big old check a year, and that's it. You got to plan your whole life around this one annual paycheck. So it's kind of interesting, but this is that time. So you're very nervous because, again, in other aspects of the world, markets go up, markets go down. You adjust as the services you render to people. You might charge a little more because the cost of things have gone up or gone down as the months roll along, and you kind of flow with it. Well, cattle are different. It's like whatever it's doing, and you pick this one single day, boop, out of 365, and that's your day. And that day for us is tomorrow. So let's go get these doggies rounded up, get them sorted up. Oh, it's another nice day, you guys. This is good.
Oh, what a deal, what a deal. Hey guys, it's Jax.
And I've got a problem. Hey, there's one thing I just remembered we got to do before we can get to the cattle side of things. And we're still waiting for some of the crew to kind of round up and get together here. I just got back from a trip to Nebraska where I took old Blue 3 kind of out on her maiden voyage. And she did good. We made it back, and we did good. She just runs great, amazing fuel mileage. And this is the truck that we're gonna haul cattle to town with today. But something's going on, check this out. I noticed when I was doing an inspection, I saw this. And you know what that is? That is a split. This tire is splitting apart. Now, when I first noticed it, it was only right to there. It was that big. It was that big. And then that was when I unloaded in Nebraska. It was on a Sunday morning. And it started getting bigger and bigger. Eventually, it's just gonna split out and then blow. And blowing tires can be dangerous, especially when it's these front tires, because it can pull you off the road. We don't want that today. We need to get all these cattle safely to town, right, Rabbit? Uh-huh. We got Last Year helping today. We got Armstrong. Army, why do we call you Armstrong?
Because I'm strong.
Because you're strong, that's right. Anyway, I didn't want to, some of you might be going, why didn't you change that tire out there? Well, I've got a lot of tires here, as you'll see. In fact, I've got brand new wheels and tires sitting here for this truck that are already mounted. So I rolled the dice. On the weekend, it's hard to find a tire service. Could have gone to one of the truck stop places, but they are not very kind in what they charge you at those places. And all the good old boys were shut down on the weekend. So I rolled the dice because I was empty and made sure I hung onto the steering wheel real tight the whole way home. And here we are, we made it back. So let's, let's get the jacks out. Let's get the big gun, and we'll rip these babies. And I found he's just a lot of cool little things that he did. It's kind of an old-timer mentality of taking care of your stuff, which is great. But inside here you'll see that's called a centromatic wheel balancer. Helps keep the wheels balanced. Another thing that I see as we've taken this off that a lot of people wouldn't realize, I guess, or wouldn't know about, is these centering lug nuts. Basically, they have this centering ring that's part of it versus a standard one that doesn't, right? See the difference? So this goes on here, and that ring fits in the crack to perfectly center the wheel around the stud. So you put, he's got like 4 of them on here, so we evenly space them around, and it'll put that wheel on there perfectly balanced. So, cool trick. You just gotta watch here when you start them and make sure that ring gets inside the wheel, the hole of the wheel there. There it started. Make sure the next one starts. Yep. Last one. Now they've all started, we can put the juice to her and torque them to spec.
Now, a word from our sponsors.
Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I hate to barge in on a video like that. Just give me just a minute or so and I'll get you back out the door and you can get back to the adventure. Right now, I want to tell you about something. I had a company call me, it was like late spring, early summer, and they're like, hey, we want to send you a pair of boots to try out. If you like the boots, please put out a video and review them in 2 weeks. And I'm like, hold on. One of my personal pet peeves is when you go online to read reviews and they're like,
I've had them for 3 days.
I've had them for a week. You're like, hey, hold on. That means nothing to me. So I said, you can send them out, but here's the deal. I'll be upfront with you. I need to wear these for weeks and months. And here we are months later, 4 or 5 months later, and I've finally got to the point where I'm like, I think that I trust these boots. Because if I tried them out and they were junk after 2 weeks, I would not recommend them. That's the last thing in the world. I'm not here to sell you guys things. I'm here to share things with you that have been presented to me that I find like, hey, this works good. I think this is something that people could use. And here's why, you guys. Inflation's really high. Your dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. You know, times are tight. This company called High C, all right? Not like the fruit drink High C. I'm talking like sailing the high seas. Arr, put on your patch, you pirate. That kind of High C, all right? They sent me these boots out. I've worn them. I took these up to Cerro Gordo. I wore them throughout the summertime. I've worn them almost on a daily basis. Not quite, but nearly on a daily basis throughout the late spring, summer, fall, and now we're getting into winter, okay? The stitching is held up great. The leather on them is held up great. I've even actually wore these things to a few of our band gigs. When you clean them up and oil them, they look really good, and they're like working man, but not like hipster, like I want to be a working man. They're like legit. You can wear them all kinds of places, okay? Lastly, you guys, they're really affordable. Like the most affordable boot that I've ever seen before. Especially if you throw on the promo code with them, they're even more affordable, okay? There's value here. I've told you before, I'll try only to share things that I find have particular value. And in my realm with what I do, these boots have given me great value, okay? If you're someone that like is burning through Red Wing boots, you know, and you're like hammer time, yeah, you're probably not gonna want something like this, because if you're burning through Red Wing boots, you're gonna burn through anything. For the kind of guy or gal that's just out doing the deal like you see me do, I think these boots would serve you very well for the money. Go try them out.
Come here, Bluey, huh?
Okay, so we're ready to sort. This is something new here for Rooster. He is recently elbow surgeried. Yeah, he's in repair mode, and he's not too thrilled about not getting to take part of the sorting festivities.
I still think I'll probably be more involved than my wife wants me to be.
trying to keep him in slow mode so he can recover. But as you may know, the old farmer rancher mentality is, I'm fine, I'll be fine. So. your guy. Like when I see you, I'm like, whoa. That way. Tie my shoes.
Red cow? Black? Where's the black cow?
Give me my cap.
Y'all, we're here. We made it. We're at the Lewistown Livestock Auction, right here in the heart of central Montana. we got the first load loaded and in, and we're gonna unload them here at the stockyards, and then we got to go back for a second load. However, I brought somebody with me that has not been trucking in a long time. Do you guys see any family resemblance? Have you ever heard that we look the same?
No, you.
I don't think so. What do you guys think? I will tell you, however, Panda's husband, who I call affectionately Nugget, that's gonna sound weird to people. You guys are gonna think that's weird. He is the father of my beard, meaning that he's the reason that I grew my beard, which I've had for 11 years now. And Nate has had his way longer than I've had mine. So, anyway, all right, we're here and we're docked, and let's cut these babies loose. These will be all steers coming off. And I'm not sure on the count, so sharpen your pencil. Kyle, how's it going? Okay. It's recording.
That's right. It's been a while.
And I'll give you. Alright you guys, we're here with load number 2. I'm gonna kick the heifers out and then I'll tell you. So it's always kind of fun here because we have like the biggest cattle in the county, which I know to you guys might sound like a funny thing, but we're pretty proud that we got the biggest cattle in the county. So when they unload, everyone's always watching them and they're like, whoa, pretty good, pretty cool, pretty fine, pretty fine. What's that song? Na, 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 na. Following the leader, the lead. That's what it's like when you unload the top deck of a trailer. They never want to come out. One of them's always looking down. And you're down there like, come on, come on. And they're like, but then once the first one goes, the rest are like, let's go. And they go. They just file right out.
How you doing, buddy?
How you been?
Look at those shit.
I know, right?
And I got him beat if I comb it out.
I don't
Stand
know.
over
I
here.
don't know.
Let's
I don't
see.
know. Who do you think?
Night.
Who's got more hair?
I don't know, Jackson.
Larry or old JJ?
I don't know.
I got him beat. I got him beat, girl.
You got him.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been too long. Haven't seen you in forever.
It's only about 4 months.
Really?
What?
Wait, you shave it off?
Completely shaved 4 months.
You shave it off?
Whoa.
I had to for funeral.
11 years. Hey, they're dead. They won't know.
He had to get married.
You have to learn that. You go like this. There you go.
Isn't that it?
Yep.
Right? Look, I know that some of you guys probably think that was staged. I did not see Larry coming. I did not see that coming. I haven't seen Larry in years. He's the only other hairiest guy in the county. Actually, that's 2 things in the county that we're known for. Having the biggest calves and being the hairiest guy. But Larry, he kind of pushes me for a close second. I think I'm hairier still. You guys can decide and let me know. Jax or Larry? Who's got the more? Who's more hairy? Jax or Larry? Is that a rhyme? It's a rhyme. Hey, movie star. What are you talking about? You're the movie star now.
I'm the movie star. My buddy Jackson.
Yeah.
Him and I, yeah, we both laugh at our own jokes.
Yeah, we
I was
do.
telling Shope the other day with that.
Somebody's got to laugh at him, right? You know? Well, y'all, thanks for joining us today. Got it done. Got the cattle rounded up. We got them sorted. We got them separated. I'm gonna get out of the wind here. We got it all done. Everything went really smooth. We had a great crew. Rooster, believe it or not, actually stayed off and continued to heal his elbow. So we had some new crew kind of step up there while we were sorting, and they did a great job. Everybody did great. The old cow trailer held together. We got the 2 rounds to town. We're all wrapped up. So now I guess it's time to go have some dinner and call it a night. If there is such a thing as calling it a night. I actually need to run down and go get another one of my trucks in another town far away and get it back up here by morning. But anyway, you guys keep rocking out there, okay? Glad you're enjoying what we're throwing out. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that, because I tell that a lot of people watch these videos that aren't subscribed to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, it's not because I wanted to get the dings and the bong and all the notifications. I don't do notifications, they drive me crazy, I'll be honest with you. But if we get a little more subscribership, then it shows YouTube that we're getting a little more traction. And we get a little more traction, the channel grows, and when the channel grows, eventually it'll free this guy up to spend more time making content. I have some really good ideas for some things that I think everyone would really enjoy. I'm not gonna tell you about it yet because it's still things that are just in the planning stages for later. But if the channel grows and gets big enough to support that kind of thing, then I could focus a little more energy on contenting and a little less energy on not contenting. Contenting. Anyway, you guys are great. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see what's coming down the line next.